Hi friends, in today's video we are going to speak about why it is so important to remain in the present and how do we go about doing it. The ability to think about the past or the future is unique to human beings. No other species can actually has this ability to abstract things and think about past and future like we human beings do. Now this is a very important skill because this remembering about the past helps us to learn from our experiences and thinking about the future. It helps us to plan for future events. Remembering about our past also gives us a sense of self. However, we human beings have converted this unique ability into the source of the greatest misery for us. We spend endless hours just ruminating about past events. Uh, we have a lot of regret for past and this makes us feel depressed. On the other hand, we think about future worries which are never going to happen and this makes us very anxious. This kind of wasteful thinking causes a lot of mental fatigue and stress for us. What happens is that the brain actually cannot make out the difference whether we are just thinking about the event or an event is actually happening. So when we think about our past regrets or our future worries, the brain releases the same stress hormones as if this event has actually happened. So that is how we, by thinking of past and present, we develop so much mental fatigue. In fact, it saps us of all our energy and we are just too overwhelmed to live a life in the present. We find life burdensome and very heavy and we are very difficult to live. So let's see how do we handle this. As opposed to this, if we live in the present, we are really at ease and very happy because life is very light for us. I mean, there is just the present moment to handle. It is about time we realize that we have power only in the now. We should realize this power of now because the only thing we have is the present. The past is gone. We cannot do anything about it. The future is yet to come. Yet to come. So what are we left with? We are just left with the present moment. So in any case, if we have to live a life via the present moment, why not we do it to the best possible to our best possible capacity? Let's do it well. So let's see how do we do it. To stay in the present, we have to clear our mind of all the wasteful thoughts about our past and future. At any given point of time and in any situation, the question we have to ask us is, what can I do now? We should realize that the past is gone. Even the second just before this has gone out of our hands. We cannot relive it under any circumstances. Similarly, however much we think about our future, we are not going to be having any kind of control over the future. So the only thing we have is present. So that's why the question which we should ask ourselves is, अभी क्या करना है? What do I do now to get the result that I want? What can I do at this given moment? Once we ask this question, we will be able to live our life very very easily. Now the first step in all this is that first you have to accept things as they are. Whatever has happened, what is the situation now? So the first step is acceptance. We tend to have this tendency, okay, we keep going and thinking about something that has happened again and again and again. Somehow we think, I don't know what we probably have an idea that somehow things will change, I can change it's not going to happen. Okay, so just accept what has happened and go ahead from this. Let's understand this with some examples. Now this, by the way, can be applied both to day-to-day situations as well as to what we say as life situations. So for example, suppose in your office you have had some unpleasant exchanges with a colleague. Okay, so now that thing has happened. Now what do we do? So there's no point ruminating about it. Okay, I should have said this, she should have said this, I shouldn't have said this, I should have been calmer. All that is over. Now what can you do about it? Just think about it. Do you want to go up to her and say sorry? Do you want to just continue doing your work, ignore her? You have to take a decision what you want to do now. The idea is not to keep thinking of what has happened because it's totally wasteful and just takes up your energy. So that is one example. Now take a second example, what you can call it as a life situation. Let's say there's a student who has failed in his board exam. Now this is something very serious and is going to affect his future. Okay, but then it has happened. Now nothing can be done about it. So just he has to just accept it. No point going into regret, remorse, blame. Just accept it and see what can be done about it now. I mean, how can you address the situation? I mean, ultimately that is what you will anyway have to do. So even a single moment that you spend in thinking about what has happened, beyond the first acceptance, you just think about it as much as you want to just be able to accept it. After that, don't ruminate over it, because it is totally wasteful and it will hinder what you can actually do to make your situation better. Okay, so this is the second example. So both these examples relate to the past thoughts. Now suppose we have a thought connected to future, some future event. Now suppose we are worried about our parents' health. Oh, what if she has this or she has that, you know so the worry is baseless. Okay, maybe she just had a small minor complaint and we just gone into a loop of worrying about our parent. So I mean, just realize, just stop, accept the thing that okay, I am getting worried about this because she's complained about such a thing. But now sit down and think calmly. Okay, fine, I'm worried. So can I do something about it now? Can I probably take her for a health checkup so that I can get the reports and see whether there's actually some basis for my worry or not? So that's how you should do. So taking action for what you are feeling is important, but always the action is going to be in the present moment only. So that is why, friends, it is extremely important that you realize the importance of now. Okay, we are absolutely powerless both in our past and our future. The only moment we have is now. So once you free yourself of the wasteful thoughts of past and future, you you free a lot of energy, and you are able to handle your present life much better. You feel light and easy, and you feel happy. And so now let's see what we can do to develop the skill of being in the present. This is also a skill and it can be learned, and you can train your mind to do that. Let's see what are the practices that we can adopt to do the same. So number one practice is that you develop the habit of watching your thoughts. Be aware of what you're thinking. The moment you see that your mind is straying to thoughts of past or present, gently past or future, sorry, gently bring it back to the present moment. The second thing that you can do is you have to develop the habit of savoring the task that you're doing. Basically, enjoying the task for the sake of the task. What happens is during the day we all have to do a lot of mundane activities or tasks. So while doing this, normally we are thinking of something else, daydreaming, or we are thinking of the next thing that we have to do. We never really in the present. Everything we do it is as if we our mind, our attention is always on the next thing that we are going to do, or it is on the end result of what we are going to do. So we have to develop this habit of concentrating and focusing on the tasks that we have at hand. Now how do we do that? What we should do is, suppose let's take an example. Suppose we are washing dishes. So what we have to do is, what are the sensory perceptions that we are experiencing while doing this present task. For example, what are the sounds that you are hearing? I mean, are you hearing any birds chirping outside your window? How's the sound of the water on the dishes? What are you seeing? Can you see a good scenery outside? What are you feeling? Is the water cold or hot? How's the feel of different kind of utensils, pots and pans and cutlery in your hand? And sound, then okay, taste doesn't come into play here. So basically you have to see the senses. You have to be aware of the sensory perceptions that you're getting from your environment. So this is one way of being in the present. Okay, one more practice that you should adopt is that you have to eat without any kinds of distraction. You should not put the TV on, you should not have a smartphone in your hand, and you should just eat and look at the food that you are eating. Just see how it looks, look at the colors, feel the texture, the taste, the smell. Just enjoy the whole experience of eating your meals. So, like you eat 2 or 3 meals a day, so this itself will train your mind to be really present, really be in the present moment. The fifth thing that you follow is that you have to minimize the number of trivial decisions that you make in the day, because any decision that you make, however trivial it is, it causes it adds on to the decision fatigue in the mind, which weakens your mind further, and a weak mind is a mind who indulges in overthinking and wasteful thoughts. Now I'll give you an example. For examples, it is a very good practice to make your trivial, the day to day or trivial decisions in advance. For example, you decide on the outfit that you're going to wear for work tomorrow the previous night. You plan your meals in advance, because then that is done in a calm manner because you're doing it in advance. When you do it in real time, it causes a lot of
Stress.
so one more thing that can be done is that you have to stop mindless browsing. Like we don't realize it, but browsing causes us it is a cause of mental fatigue, because every tweet you see or news feed that you see, your brain has to make a decision whether this is important for you or not. So this takes up our decision making ability and gives us fatigue and causes a weak mind. So mindless browsing has to be definitely totally cut down. Now, one more thing with the smartphones is when you're working, try and keep the smartphone away, because every time there is a notification, you tend to pick it up and and look at it, and this trains your mind to be distracted. And a distracted mind is an unfocused mind. So, extremely important to be away from the cell phone while working. Okay, one more thing that you can do is you should introduce novelty into your routine. Now, suppose you're driving to work every day. Don't take the same route each and every day. Try and explore new routes, because when you take a new route, then your brain is forced to be present and engage in that activity. And this is how it gets training to be in the present moment. One more thing that we can do is we can do things like brushing with the non-dominant hand. So suppose you use your right hand, usually you try and brush with your left hand. You can do the same thing by writing some short sentences by your non-dominant hand. This again, especially brushing is a good idea, because you have to do it every day, and then when you use your non-dominant hand, your brain is engaged in the activity, and again this gives it training to be in the present moment. Adopt the practice of meditation in your daily routine. Meditation is very beneficial because during meditation you train your mind to bring your attention back on the object of meditation. The breath meditation is a very especially beneficial for us when we want to train our mind to be in the present, because breath meditation can be practiced even when you're doing any mundane task. What happens in breath meditation is that you are focusing your attention on your breath and seeing the sensations that you feel when you are breathing in and breathing out. Now, the moment you catch your mind straying onto some thoughts, you gently bring your attention back to the breath. So this can be easily done when you are doing any mundane tasks, and you can, and that's how this helps you to be in the present moment. Last but not the least, breathing exercises and pranayama of any kind extremely beneficial. So if you can adopt this practice in your daily routine, it will again help you to be in the present moment. So this is all, friends. I have myself personally benefited immensely by following this practice. I learned about this very late in life, and I do hope that you all adopt it in your life, and the benefits will be great. Bye. Thanks for watching.